More than 4 million people have left the country within the space of just 5 weeks. Well, for more on the situation for those arriving into neighbouring Poland, we can cross live now to our reporter Ellen Gainsford, who's in the border town of Medyka. Ellen, tell us what the situation is there at the border crossing. Some people are arriving into Poland and then they're already trying to get back to Ukraine. What have you been hearing?
Well, yes, Sharon, this is the main border crossing for Ukrainian refugees coming into Poland. And we know that more than 2.3 million Ukrainians have so far crossed into the country. But one thing that might surprise people is that almost 380,000 people have gone in the other direction. And we've spoken to NGOs here at the border who've told us that there are various reasons for this. One thing is that people can be coming into Poland, and if they haven't managed to find lodging or work, then they feel that they have no choice but to go back in order to support themselves. And in other instances, it's because they have elderly or infirm relatives who they've left in Ukraine and they have to return to them because they're unable to move them. And one thing that I can tell you is that every single refugee that we've spoken to so far has said that they are hoping to return to Ukraine whenever it is safe to do so.
And Ellen, what about the medical situation for refugees arriving in there who may have health conditions? Is it proving difficult for them to get treatment, to get access to medicines?
Well, refugees arriving here are facing a variety of health issues. There's firstly on the route here, for many people it takes them maybe several days or several weeks, and they might have left with very few belongings, and so it can be difficult to maintain hygiene levels. And then whilst when they arrive in Poland, many are staying in cramped conditions, very close together, and that can be difficult for diseases including tuberculosis and issues like scabies and lice. And one doctor that we've been speaking to who's been working here at the border has said that his main role has been sorting through the medication that's been arriving, that's been donated from people really all over Europe and the world. And he's saying it's important to kind of check that this is sealed and that it's in date before, obviously, it's used to treat refugees both here at the border, and some of it's also sent back to Ukraine to treat people in the hospitals in Ukraine. And one issue that they've found is that there's now a black market for this medication in Ukraine, and in order to prevent that, he said that they take stock of the medication when it's here, and they take a photo of it, and there is a strict inventory of everything that is sent back into Ukraine. And then once it's received at the other end, they make sure that another photo is sent to them, and the inventory is very thoroughly checked. And because really it's important that all this medication goes to where it's supposed to be, to its proper destination.
Thanks so much for that, Ellen. That's Ellen Gainsford, our reporter in the town of Medyka in Poland.